Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Tower of God lovers from Idaho. Welcome back to another review of the most recent, even though we're a little late, episode of Tower of God Season 2 Anime Edition. I am here with my compatriot in crime, the Hairline,
What's good?
and we are here to review our episode viewing of Toggle with y'all. Here to give our opinions, here to compare it to the source direct material from SIU's fingers themselves. So anyway, here we're going to look at the ending. As always, we're going to see what they've changed. They don't really change a lot typically, but we're going to see the little updates to the pages. And then, I'll kind of leave this up to you, Adrian. Do you want to hear the rest of the song, or you want to just skip to the opinion section of the video?
Now we'll just skip to the opinion. We'll just get to the part that we see. It's gonna be like a tradition, I think.
Okay.
Because every time we get like a little panel or two.
Yeah, we get a little bit more crumbs than last time. All right, well, let's take a look. Let's see what's different here. We have a lot of opinions about this episode, I think, though. So the episode is called Missing. Missing. Okay.
I hate that all the names are pronounced differently because they're like Japanese now.
Yeah.
That shit irritates me. Like, they
Well,
couldn't
what's
just
that
make
saying?
it
What's
normal.
that saying? So we just saw this.
Yeah.
And then we have Wongnan like, whoa, you found my ring.
Ooh.
Oh, no, so
there
that's
it
what's
is.
new. Oh,
That's
okay.
the new one.
And then that's it.
It's just one. Okay.
Yeah,
But that one's
wow.
actually really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, pretty good. Let's see that again.
That was
So-
cooler than the actual fight in the anime.
Yo, no spoiling, no spoiling.
Alright, sorry.
So
I'm
what
gonna
is
try
this
to
thing
be.
right here?
That's the connector. So I rewatched.
Oh, yeah.
When we were watching it together, I was like, okay, maybe we wait for the explanation portion of the set. Are we up to that yet?
Yeah,
Or are
we're
we
up
gonna
to
start
that.
talking about our things?
Yeah, I was just being
Okay.
nonsensical.
So I'll open up, and I guess we'll just start here since we're looking at the connector. So when they
Okay.
explained the whole premise of the game, I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out, and I was like, not really paying attention.
Bro, I was trying to understand it, but I don't remember because it's been so
Yeah.
long. But I'm almost positive one of the main reasons why that episode, when we read it, probably took a while was because
Mhm.
we were sitting there trying to understand and decipher what the fuck they had to do for the fucking game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
this
was
shit did not get better in anime form.
Nah, and they really tried. They had pictures and everything, but they really tried. But I'm not gonna lie, it was
shit.
partially my fault, right? Because I wasn't paying attention. So
Yes.
I rewatched the episode because I was like,
Uh-huh.
"There's no way this episode's this trash, right?"
Yeah.
and we're gonna get to that in more depth in a
A
second. But
little hint at what
and
we were
after paying
thinking.
attention, it made more sense to me. Like I kind of got it more.
Okay.
But it is a bit complicated, and I am a bit concerned for like first time readers understanding it, because like I'm not sure if first time watchers are gonna rewatch that portion to like until they understand it, and I think you
Some
should
people
if you
will.
don't understand it. Yeah, like hit the rewind button real quick while you're watching.
Yeah,
I think
pause
that's
it,
something you should do.
digest it, understand it.
Yeah, especially for the games, because like they're only gonna tell it to you once, and that's gonna be the subject matter for like the next how many episodes.
Yeah,
Like
it's
for
your
this, it's gonna be
basis.
pretty quick because this isn't really like a big event. Like
Yeah.
it's much bigger in the manhwa, but it'll be passed in like an episode or two, but it's still like the main focus, so it'd be weird for you to just skip out on that.
Yeah, to not know what's going on, you're gonna kind of be confused seeing some of the stuff happening. You'll be like, why are they doing this? I don't think it's too
Yeah.
big of an issue, but I think this is just a complicated portion of just the game and the system SIU chose for this first thing. So we can kind of say the same thing about the manhwa, but there's a different level of how you digest things with this, right? And the manhwa, you can pause. You're not really like, and you can obviously pause in the anime, but you're sort of
Yeah.
breaking the flow with the anime, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're more I don't want to say incentivized because you're not getting anything out of it, but it's more normal to not pause it and have to think about these things. But in the manhwa, I feel like you really do just like pause and sort of
Yeah,
think
I
about
think you're
stuff when
spot
you
on.
want. Yeah, so it's a
Mhm,
different
I
sort
agree.
of consumption method where it ends out hurting more in the anime. In the manhwa, it's not too much of an issue. But
Mhm.
this is probably one of the most complicated games like you're gonna get that you're really gonna have to sit on. There's games in the future, little spoiler for those who don't know what's happening next, but there's gonna be more tests like similar to this in the future, and it's not nearly this bad. Like some of them are a little like you might have to think a little bit, but it's not like this. I don't know
Yeah.
why this is the first one.
It is a bit scuffed, yeah. Like I feel like early season 2 definitely like goes a bit shaky for some things. Like we had the instance of the Blue Theresa
Yes.
helping bomb in the beginning, which was like a huge question mark for a lot of people when they were first
Yes.
watching it. Like I
Yeah,
think
also
people
be
even to
be
this
careful
day
what
don't
you
really
say.
understand it.
Yeah, be careful
Oh,
what you say about that.
whoops.
They don't know what that is, thankfully.
Okay. Sorry,
But
anime
obviously
onlys, but
Bomb has something going on. He has
yeah, there's
something going
something
on.
going on. I'm gonna dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the anime onlys, that little like ribcage
Skeleton.
Susanoo thing that he had going on there is like a big question mark thing that doesn't really get explained, not even in the anime either, which is it didn't get explained in the anime nor did it in the manhwa.
Until
And
way, way, way
until
later.
way later, which is something where I feel like you could maybe have a discretionary explanation. It doesn't have to be full, but maybe like little nods to something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that, I think. But it's okay that they don't have it as well.
Yeah.
But what
So
was I getting at here? I was just saying that like there's a lot of instances where like Tower of God like kind of leaves you like not
hanging.
really understanding what's going on, and a
Yeah.
lot of that gets explained in the future. But in terms of these tests, like yeah, the explanation was a bit like missing
Yeah,
or
this
a
is the
bit hard to
roughest it's
follow.
gonna be, I think. I don't think it's gonna be worse than this in the future.
Yeah, I think it's better. And yeah, I thought they did a shit job when I was first reading it, but after rereading it, I think like
Rewatching it or
yeah, after rewatching the episode and actually paying attention to what they were saying with
uh-huh.
the little drawings and whatever they had, it made more sense to me. And I
Okay.
feel like they were kind of making the best out of like a tricky situation to
Yeah, because they
explain.
can't change it. Like
Yeah.
changing it would be a little sacrilege, but they
Exactly.
did
Yeah.
change some other things though, and by change I mean omit.
Uh huh.
So before we get into that, we could kind of touch on it without trying to, I mean, it's not necessarily a spoiler because they're never going to see it, right?
Yeah.
Anime only watchers, you guys essentially missed out on some stuff, and we're going to go over that here. So I guess this could still be included in the non-spoiler section here, but we'll go here to the manhwa, where this is obviously the source material. But in general, and we kind of touched on this last episode. First of all, what are your generalized opinions of the episode, Adrian? We could do either
Okay.
overall, this episode, just whatever you want to do it, however you want to do it.
Yeah. So animation quality was much lower than the other episodes. Like I understand that this show doesn't necessarily have the biggest budget, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
willing to like um like
Not ding
not
them too
expect
hard.
like yeah exactly not like reduce their points so much for like
Like they're not going to
shoddy
be math
animation.
at JJK. Like
Exactly. But I
we
do
know
kind of
this.
expect like a standard, especially if there isn't really like a lot of crazy things going on, because there wasn't really like a lot of fights going on. So like at least like smoothing out the movements a little more. It just felt too awkward. Like I feel like they hit the like they didn't really hit the threshold for like what I deem as like decent animation. It was like too many awkward walk-ups, too many rushed scenes is like another thing. I guess it's not really animation quality. Maybe it has like a little bit of something to do with that's more like director and like processes or whatever or transitions. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of close in shots, like showing people's faces and stuff like that, and not really like animating like the setting around, which is like a giveaway of like I don't want to say lazy, but like
A
lower
loss in
quality
quality.
animation. Yeah,
Yeah.
loss in quality. Um, yeah. So all in all, this wasn't the most important episode, to be honest. So it's like it's kind of like it's not the biggest letdown, but it definitely is like weird when you're going from the first two episodes, which were pretty good in terms of animation. Like they weren't crazy, but they weren't like they were good. They were all
Mm-hmm.
right. I didn't like question it. So like immediately, I think when I first started watching episode 3, I'm like one of the first things I said is like these people look awkward when they're walking. I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah,
like
I
I kind of
do.
pointed out like this looks awkward, and that's not something I said before, but like now I'm like picking it up more because the quality
Yes.
was just not there for this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I guess that's it for like animation quality. In terms of pacing, I had a big issue with pacing on this. I
Mm.
feel like they rushed a lot of things, and one of the
Mm.
biggest things for me that stood out, and there's probably like a lot of other things, but the one that like really got me a little bit upset, I guess, or the most memorable one was when Arc Raptor was waiting outside the door for Missing.
Mm-hmm.
um that whole scene, so like from the knocking was a bit rushed, but that was okay. But the part that I didn't like the most was when the lady showed up, right? And the
Yes.
fight scene was whatever. It wasn't that cool, but I mean, it wasn't that cool in the manhwa either. It was pretty quick. Like, Arc Raptor
Yeah.
disposes of her pretty quickly. But the part that got me,
Disposes of it.
the part that got me was the scene where it's like he tells her like, "Oh, be quiet,"
Yeah, he
the
shoves his
girl
hand
the
on
girl
her.
might
Like,
hear you or something like that. Like he
yeah.
yelled it, which was kind of weird because it's like she's probably gonna hear you if you're yelling it. When I saw that scene, and I think in the manhwa they even paint it differently. Like Arc Raptor's supposed to look cool in that scene. He's like, boom, covering her mouth and be like, "Shh, be quiet. You're gonna wake up the whatever," or something like something more like sinister
like
or something like
or
that.
something. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he's handling business.
Like he was like it seemed like he handled it kind of rushed and like not in control, and that has to do with like the pacing and also how they animated it. Like it just happened really fast. And then they missed a lot of the bonding between Missang and Arc Raptor.
Yes,
which is kind of lame. They also missed bonding between Arc. Well, I guess we're gonna see it in the when we go through the chapters. But a lot of like talking scenes have been missed.
yes,
that kind of make you care more about the characters. And the one character I think that's doing the best, honestly, is Gosang.
Yeah,
Which is wild. I would have never expected, but Gosang has been like my favorite in the anime since
they're
this whole
focusing
thing
on
has
her a
started.
lot. To be fair,
She talks a lot. She has a lot of voices. I think her voice actress is amazing, in my opinion, or is doing a really good job. I don't know. She just like gets the message across. She seems like a boss right now. But yeah. So I guess high notes for me is Gosang. Low notes are the rush scenes and the animation quality. Yeah, I had a lot to say here. I'll let you go now.
I mean, I pretty much almost fully agree with you. Ironically enough, I thought the Arc Raptor scene was kind of pretty cool. I was like when he was shooting her with the umbrella and everything, I was like, okay, this is whatever. I thought it would look better. And that's one of the big things I also want to touch on is the way the Shinsu looks and feels. And I'll get into that after this, but the main thing, when he put his hand over her, I forgot that mostly happened. So when he did it, I was like, oh shit, like he's not messing around. I do kind of agree. I mean, and definitely we'll see it because I need to remember how they did it here in the manhwa. But I'm gonna take your word for it that like it's probably better here. But I thought it was actually okay. That was one of the high points. I was like, oh damn, he's getting like man mode, like he's getting angry, right? But the big issue I had was obviously number one. They're skipping a lot of things. I wouldn't say a lot, but I feel like, and it's always an argument to be like, okay, well, it's an anime, and I don't think many people are gonna say this, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are manga enjoyers, so they're gonna advocate in the area that I am. And I know I'm being obscure, but I'll get to it. But essentially, there's probably gonna be people on my side, but there's always this argument of it's an anime, so they're obviously gonna have to cut some things in the sake of time. And to that, I say fucking poppycock. I mean, I understand economics are a real thing, right? I understand these things cost money, time, effort, but bruh, bake it in the oven if it needs more, man. Like, yo, fuck the 24, 26 episodes, make it 30. Why do we have to have these things be standardized? I feel like that hurts things, but that's more of a high level conversation about the industry. Regardless, right? They skipped a good amount of character interaction, character bonding, where you learn more about the characters, you see how they interact, you see how they are. And you're not really getting that in the anime. The anime so far has shown, obviously, it has its star players. Arc Raptor's there a little bit. Obviously, Gosang's doing pretty good. I think Missang is nearly one of the stars of the show. Nia's there, Bama's there. Yi was kind of there. Prince is a little bit here, but not much is being shown with too many of them because they're skipping out on a lot of interactions, and I don't really like that. And again, it's always a struggle to kind of balance like pacing versus timing with anime and economics, but we're the fans. We don't care about that. We don't handle that. We just want a good product, and I don't feel like we're getting that. And this is where we're gonna kind of go into the differences here. But one of the other things that I really noticed, and I don't know why this happened, because maybe they had it be good in the first episode. They kind of like over buffed it. They empowered it, and it was really cool. But it's just like the Shinsu doesn't hit. Like it looks like a little water stream. Like you're just pissing out something. It doesn't look too powerful anymore, and it's like obviously we're not gonna be where we're at in the current story, where I don't want to say too much because we're still in non-spoiler territory, but where things are really crazy and things are powerful and strong and like cleaving buildings relatively and literally. But it's like, I don't know, the Shinsu felt so much more cooler and it looked cooler in the first episode than it did now. And I'm like, what happened? Like, this doesn't feel the same. It feels like little wee wee blasts. I'm like, whatever. Like, even the way they're animating it seems like lower quality. And I really agree with Adrian here. It's like I don't know what it is because again, not much is happening, right? I can understand at some points, and other anime are guilty of this. One Piece, where they kind of skimp out on some animation, and JJK, they skimp out on some animation at certain points because they want to make the fight scenes look better. And again, they have a limited budget, they have limited time, so they're gonna save in some places to spend in others. I don't know where that's happening here. It's like, bruh, the love fight, I'm looking so forward to it. Because and we're going to
Mm-hmm.
see the image here. There's an image where, like, Love looks sick as shit. Like, he looks pissed. He gets serious. His eyes are going crazy. His face is going crazy. And in the anime, I feel like they absolutely dropped the ball, shattered it, stepped on it, pissed on it, and did everything wrong with it. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, there's the iconic love pose, and I'm gonna put it as the thumbnail to this video, so y'all already have saw it or have seen it. But
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my god, like I don't understand. The animation is so plain, and it's not like season one. Season one is plain too, but season one was a different style. I don't know what else to say or describe it as, except for like
Yeah.
different stylized. But this one just seems like plain, like really, really plain, and not as stylized as the first one. It's different, and in some places, I would say maybe it's better, but overall, it just seems a lot more simple and not in a good way. Like, not an artistic choice of simple, more of just like either they didn't know what to do or they didn't want to do anything or God knows what. But I'm a little
Yeah.
upsetty, as you could tell from this episode. I'm not. I'm getting scared now. Going into the future, I'm getting scared now. But at the end of the day, it's still an alright adaptation, I guess, but my eyes are a little open now. I'm a little scared.
Yeah. We're skeptical for the next one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that and you mentioned Shinsu quality, and I just want to say like I agree with that 100% because like season 1 kept like the sort of water look of it and it was pretty consistent all throughout. Like whenever someone used Shinsu, you saw it clearly, like whether it was body enforcement or anything, like you could see the water. When Lerero did the first blast of like water in season 1, that shit was like it was really
The
well made, I
wave.
think. Yeah, the wave, yeah, where
Bro,
he
that
knocked
shit
everyone
was
back in the
cool.
wall. It
I,
was great.
yeah, I think visually, it's just sometimes, and I wish
Yeah.
I could show it, but I don't really want to get dinged by YouTube. I don't know how much I'm allowed to show anyway, because we're literally showing the anime, and we're not really supposed to do that unless we do it very sparingly. But it's like I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure I could show like still images here, so it's like I don't understand this shit because there's points in the fight, right, where especially when he's with Love, where they're fighting, and it's just like I just feel like not much is really like it's not feeling good. Like it looks
Yeah.
cool, like we could see here in the little thumbnail here. I don't know if I can get it on the screen here, but it looks cool. But it's like, look at this. It doesn't look crazy. It's like whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like visually, I was like they could have done better. Like episode one, if it looked cool, it looked like it had a lot of work put into it. I don't know if it's the sound design, I don't know if it's the visuals, but again, it just reminds me of like a weak piss stream. It's like it's not that strong. It doesn't feel like it has oomph to it.
Yeah. And they kind of got away from like keeping the consistency of Shinsu abilities looking like Shinsu. Like for example, the reverse flow control.
I was
I
gonna
feel like
mention that if you didn't. Yeah.
some people from season 1 probably aren't even going to recognize it in season 2 because it looks completely different. They
It's
basically turned it into
JoJo's.
Zoworldo.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the time effect and everything and it made it look like he's literally stopping time when that's not really the case.
Yeah, I wish it
Or
showed it like in a different way where it's like it would maybe freeze them sort of or like do something like
yeah.
make them bluer, have like a blue sheen on them maybe. Like
Yeah, I don't mind
something.
them taking a different direction to season 1 with like the little bubble popping effect that they did. But at least like that showed like the Shinsu in the water and it was very subtle. Because like in the anime, I mean in the manhwa, you don't really see a lot
Yeah, it's
of
hard to
reverse flow
notice.
control. It's very hard to know because they don't straight up say it, and you just kind of notice the person stops moving, and that's that.
And they also say
So
something. They react. They're like, "Wait, what? Did he
yeah,
just use
so you have to
reverse
use
flow
context
on me?"
clues. Because it
Yeah.
is, I guess it is technically like it's an invisible technique
Yeah.
according to like the manhwa.
But so is
But
the shit in Demon Slayer, because apparently all that shit is imaginary too.
right, all the
But they
water and
put
the
that
fire and
shit.
stuff. Yeah,
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 they
that's
put
true.
that shit for our viewing pleasure. Why can't they do the same thing with this?
So yeah, obviously they had to do something to show it. I think the direction they took with like putting Zoworldo was kind of weird. They could have kept it like water based, like Shinsu. I think would have been a better direction. It doesn't have to copy season 1, but at least something of that nature, at least to connect them together, so like viewers from season 1 to season 2 are a bit understand things a little bit more because going from season 1 to season 2 is a big jump, just like story wise, because like we have the new characters and everything. Like
Yeah, I
people,
wonder who that guy is with the long hair.
I mean, they know, but it's like it's probably really confusing. And like seeing some familiar things would probably help, I think, from like a storytelling perspective. Like as someone who reads the manhwa, like what you want for like anime only is you want them to enjoy it the same way that you enjoyed it when you read it. Like that's my perspective when I'm like seeing these sorts of things. And when I
That's
see
hard,
things done
man.
kind of like weird, it kind of makes me like upset that
Yeah.
like maybe some of these anime onlys are just gonna drop and be like, oh, this is trash, you know? And that's like the last thing we want, I think. And I think
Yeah.
that's the reason why a lot of the people like hate on the anime. It's not like we're hating just to hate and because like, you
We
know,
don't want it to
it's
be
rude.
bad.
It's like we want people to understand like the way we see things. So like when I say Tower God is cool, someone doesn't point to this episode and be like, nah, it's trash. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, but you gotta read, bro. It's like it puts a lot of strain on me to show some of this shit's cool, and it's like, you know, the anime, like
What do you have to show, right?
I have to have speech level 100 to keep these guys to stay now.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully that'll
Yeah,
get fixed in the future when we see some of the
yeah,
other
and I think
stuff.
it'll be better. Yeah,
Hopefully.
again, it's a long anime, so there's a lot more to go, and I
Yeah.
think like, you know,
We're
people are
only
there for
on
the
3.
ride. Yeah, so I won't be dooming anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
So I'm thinking, should we end the non-spoiler section here? I mean, we usually don't spoil too much either way, but just to be safe.
Yeah, we
I
could
don't
end it
know.
here
I don't
because
know
we
if we
might
should end
say
it
some
here.
shit
True, but I kind of
while
want to
scrolling
show.
through.
I don't want to end it just yet because I want to show the differences. So after the
Okay.
differences, I think we'll end it. But we're gonna see basically what y'all missed, right? Anime only enjoyers, this is what y'all missed. So obviously the episode started with Wang Nan getting his ring from Bomb, right? We saw this, and then they left. Now this is the part. I think we saw this too, right? Because
Yeah, they
this is
talked
where the
about the
game started.
TV,
Yeah.
and they got the cards. Nia showed the
Yeah.
cards.
This is what we didn't see. This is what we didn't see. So they're
No,
all
we did see
going.
this actually. We did see this. They were together, and they saw the girl initially, the
Oh,
woman.
okay. I thought it was the next part.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Arc Raptor points it out.
So we see
Yada yada.
them. Blah
They
blah
play the
blah.
card game.
And then there's Yiwa. And then we didn't see this part, right?
I don't think Iwa talks to Prince about them
Prince.
being in the same room. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is different. And then she said this. She thought he was a boy, but she didn't know. And then
This was in it.
yeah, he said I'm not into you. And then she's like, "Oh no." And I mentioned this before in all the other episodes. I'll mention it again. I love the way the little cute art is read. They don't really do this in the anime at least yet.
Yeah, I mean they do a little bit with Yua, like making her like look
Not the
kind of dumb
same.
at times. It's not the same,
It's
but
not the
they
same. It's
do
way
make
better
Yua
here.
look silly a lot, which I think is good.
Yeah. But either way, so here this is what we didn't see, right? We didn't see this. Or did we?
We saw a little bit of the card playing, but I think they skipped a lot of it. It
Okay.
was like it went by really quick. It's like all
Okay.
this talking and interactions that they have kind of gets skipped through.
Character development.
Yeah.
We didn't see all of this. They're talking, they're playing.
Look, Arc
Oh
Raptor
my.
and Miss Sang hanging out together.
Oh, they were cool. So, like, this is the weird part, right? Because we see a moment in the anime where Arc Raptor goes to her, and obviously the people can assume it's like, oh, because of his backstory that we know currently, it's like, oh yeah, he's trying to find his daughter. He sees his daughter in missing, and even Horyang kind of mentions that too. Horyang kind of just drops it on us very directly. He's like, oh, she reminds you of your daughter, right? So we kind of don't see why Missing is as receptive though. Like, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, it kind of does. Like, it's not too awkward, but here it makes a lot more sense because you could see they're actually interacting a little bit more than they did in the anime, where it's like, oh, that's why she kind of likes him a little bit, right? So they're all talking, and this was in the anime. She's like, oh, why don't we forget the tower? Because she's like, this is scary. Then this is where the episode starts, right? We started here, and so it was actually in the previous chapter that we skipped it. Because in this previous chapter, all the way at the end here is where I have no clue what's in the middle.
The last episode ended right before.
Yeah,
right
this is where this is where it
ended,
ended, I believe. Where
yeah,
Augustus talks to him and tells him
they're
don't do
kind of
anything.
jumping things a little forward and back in between the chapters.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of jumping.
And we showed this last time, but there's a lot of things they skipped. The
Look, it skips
massage,
this.
the
Yeah,
shower.
which this part I think is kind of important just because of the conversation that they have. The massage not so important. Like they could have maybe skipped that, but at least this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Where Arc Raptor acknowledges that Horyang likes Gosang and what's it called? And
He's
Horyang
looking for his
acknowledges
daughter.
that, yeah, that he sees the daughter in Missang and
Yeah.
that
And
was
these
true.
yeah, and these things were kind of mentioned in the previous episode too. So again, it's not like
Hmm.
they're pulling this out of their ass. Arc Raptor did say he's looking for his daughter. So in
Hmm.
this episode, Hori
But
Yang
no one
saying,
believed him. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like when Arc Raptor said that stuff, people were just assuming that he was just trying to get
well, it
on
was
onto
mostly
the.
Wang Nan who didn't believe
Yeah.
him, but we don't know for everyone else, right? Because Hori Yang is kind of like silent and stoic, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's not like it came out of nowhere. Like they're not pulling it out their asses that Horiang could connect two and two together. Like, oh yeah, maybe he's attached to Gosang because that reminds him of his daughter. It's not.
Missang, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, missing. It's not like a big stretch, but it makes a lot more sense with this context
Hmm.
where we didn't even see. They're just chilling in the bath together. It's like, goddamn, we got all this, we got all these people.
Hmm.
No fighting, no interaction. It's just people hanging out, and we could have seen Bomb in the shower, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, this shows a lot of like the characters just being around each other, which like adds to like the development stuff because we haven't really
Yeah,
seen a lot of Prince really or Rob Devil or anyone.
yeah, and look, they're talking about lore here, like, oh, did you beat Hots? Yes. And obviously, if you know who this is, you're gonna know, like, why is he asking that, and he wants to know, right?
Hmm.
So it's just like, man, I really said they missed this because I feel like they're not seeing enough of the characters. Even in these 3 episodes, you don't
Yeah,
see them shine. Like, and obviously you're not gonna see them shine even greater because we need more episodes, but it's like
yeah,
I feel like you're seeing them too quickly. There's not much there.
yeah. You need to get to that point where you start to care about the characters because otherwise the whole story doesn't really mean as much.
Yeah.
Because these are the people we're following now.
Yeah, exactly. So here's where the actual episode kind of starts. They're doing this, they're doing that, and they get awoken by the game, yada yada. We know what this shit all
Hmm.
is, and we kind of see what happens. Now,
Yeah.
we're gonna see the egregious part soon. So
Okay. Yep. Yep.
they
So this is
explain
the
this shit.
explanation.
Yeah, we can skip all this. We don't care about this. And then, they're like, okay, what do we do? Same old, same old. And then we saw this. She's telling her stay in the room, don't open it for anyone. And then we get
Oh wait,
to
it shows that that Gosang's a light bearer here,
oh
which we
yeah,
don't see actually.
we don't see that in the anime. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, but
Yeah.
realistically, we have Prince here saying this
He
same old,
hides the
same old.
key and leaves Rob Devil.
Yep. And then everything happens. So this is
Yep.
where they use
You.
reverse flow because he was like, "Hey, I don't want you. I'm
Hmm.
not letting you go."
Yeah. Let's see how they show it
Oh,
here
see,
if
look
they
at this.
do.
This is cool as shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This
For
wasn't
season
really
two
like,
art, that's pretty high quality. Yeah.
yeah. Like, okay, she's going a little crazy. I don't remember how it was in the anime really, but like,
They just showed her flames a little bit. It wasn't anything too crazy.
yeah. So it was right kind of around bless. It's right
Oh,
around
thanks.
here. So she kind of did
Yeah.
it a little bit. It looks good, but
Hmm.
it's not as big. It's
Yeah.
not as big as it was
Yeah.
here.
I won't go crazy about that. I'll let that slide.
Yeah,
No
it's all
problem.
right though. But
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? No, I don't know, man. Look at this shit. It's literally on him. It's on him. It's
Yeah.
surrounding him, and then it's just like, oh
Oh
shit.
yeah, it's the
So
whole area. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, no, you're right.
So here, he just reverse flows her, and all that happens here is he just says stop, and she's just
Hmm.
frozen. When I first saw this, I was like, what the fuck just happened, right? I think they do it a little bit better in here than the anime, but it's a hard thing to do in general. Reverse flow is a little hard. We already talked about that. But
Yeah.
here, he gets the remote, and then look who comes in. Like, I don't know. Looking at the way it is here, it looks so much more epic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
And
look
he
at this
comes in
shit.
trying to attack him
Yeah,
too,
he
instead
just
of just
comes in
like pointing
swinging.
at him.
Yeah. Like, okay, he dodges it. He's like, boom.
Closes the door with them in,
Yeah, he's like, now let's fuck each other up. But then look, oh
and then he
shit.
freezes him,
Yeah.
and then dips.
See, and when I saw this again, I remember when I was like first reading it, I was like, I don't understand what happened because you only see a little bit here, right? You see like a little blue thing, a little bit,
Hmm.
but it's like that's the reverse flow happening, and it's like he's fucked, and you can't even see it with his face because his face is frozen.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
they
he
don't show
gets
any
fucked.
real indication of it.
Yeah, and then we see the whole auntie thing, right? She's trying
Yeah.
to like fuck with her. And then look who comes in. So we saw this part, he'll protect the room, la la la. And they're kind of, saying what they're both trying to do. So
Yeah.
pretty one to one. Pretty one to one with
Yeah. So at
that.
this point of the story, we're worried that Missing might have opened the door.
Yeah. And
And
then
then we go
obviously,
there.
yeah, she's not oh wow, damn, so that's the whole chapter.
Leaves
Holy
us on a
shit.
cliffhanger too.
So then obviously she's not answering. We're like, yo, what the fuck? Man, I don't know, like
Then he
even though
gets an
it's
answer.
yeah, even though it's like lower quality, I don't know. It feels so much more impactful from the manhwa. I really don't know. Like even though the
Yeah.
art is lower, I feel like this was better. There's a lot more detail and everything. Again, it's the simplicity of the anime. Like look at this shit. He's fucking screaming. You're zooming in on his mouth. You see a little bit of his like spit coming out. Like, bro, I don't know. And then look, he looks a little evil, obviously, and then she's scared. Ah, man, the manhwa ruined me, man. It ruined
Mhm.
me. I can't enjoy the anime anymore. This is what I was scared of. And then we're gonna see the Obaba here. Oh, so they did show this in the anime too.
Oh,
It
I
wasn't
didn't think
anime
they showed that in
original.
the anime. Yeah.
Yeah, we thought when we saw this, like they didn't actually show his daughter in the manhwa, but
hmm
we were wrong. We misremembered it.
Yeah, and then they
So
start playing games with each other because Miss Sang doesn't like the silence, and
yeah,
they keep
and then
talking
look
to
who
each other.
comes back in, the Baba, and then she's trying to convert him. I think
hmm
this looks. I don't know if I'd say cooler. I'd still say it looks cooler than what they did in the anime because like again, these
Yeah,
are
because she
encompassing
shot
the
like a
whole
little
room.
fireball at him the
Yeah,
first time. Yeah, and then it
see if I could
encompassed the whole
sort of
room.
get that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it, but let's see. Fuck, I can't notice it too much, but
Yeah, it's just a little fireball in his general direction.
yeah, I mean, it looks good on this freeze frame, but it's way bigger here, and obviously it
hmm
looks visually better in the anime, but it encompasses way more. Like if it had the same quality but filled up the same space as the mono, it would have been perfect. But
hmm
like, look at this, he looks like a Chad, bruh. Like, holy shit. Oh my god, and look at this shit. Oh nah.
Look
Like
how
look, he
calm
looks
he
like
is when
he's
he says it
yeah.
too.
Like he's like a baller. Like it's exactly as you said, he's in control. He's like, yo, shut up.
Exactly.
Like, oh my god.
And then when it happens in the anime, it's like he's panicking, like he's
Yeah,
yelling at her, like "Be quiet! Oh my god, you're gonna wake her up!" Like it's not as
he's
cool. You know what I mean?
frantic.
Like it's yeah, exactly. That's not how Arc Raptor is. He's more of like a chill dude, or not
Yeah.
like I don't know. He just kind of has like this cool vibe to him that's lost in the anime.
Yep.
So that's what I feel like was missing.
And then here's Rob Devil. And
hmm
you know, obviously something happens. We don't know what happens, but
Uh
you've
huh.
obviously seen the episode, so you know what happens.
Yep.
Rob Devil's dead. And then you know, Goseng comes back and oh wait, no, never mind. She comes back. She goes to Wangnan and Nia.
Yeah.
And look at
We never
Nia's
see the
face.
scene where they're hiding though. They
Yeah,
just have she just sees them in the room. That's
yeah. She
that. So
just
it kind
kind
of
of
skips
comes
this
in.
portion.
She just comes in. So Nia's like scared too. Like oh my god, it's so cute, man. Missed out on the anime. So then we have this. She's complaining. We saw this. We saw this. Everything's the same here. And then I believe he meets the guy here, right? Yeah, here he is, Lurker. And then Lurker tells him Rob Devil's dead, same old, same old. Then this is what's happening, and then they come back, they meet up. Cool.
hmm
And then same stuff. And look again. Cute anime. Well, I don't want to say animation. Cute artwork. Lost in the anime. And look how they fall. They're like little chibis. Oh my god. Some more
hmm
shit. And you know, Veal's going to fight, you know, Love, and they find Rob Devil, he's dead, and they're like, yo, what the fuck? It was probably Bomb, right? So that's what
Yep.
they're saying there. And then look, oh my god, here it is,
This scene
man.
right here, they
Oh
are
my god. Let me see if I can get this shit. Let me see if I can get this shit, the fucking anime. Because, like, bruh, this was egregious to me. Like, bro, look at the fucking difference here. You got, like, oh my god, man. Like, they don't really even show it the same way. They barely do. Like,
yeah,
look
like
at this
he's sitting in the
shit. Look
corner.
at this shit. This to this.
Yeah, like
Like
his
yo, you're
arms aren't
gonna
even
suck it.
crossed.
Yeah, like you're
Come
gonna
on,
suck it
man.
here. But then here it's like, hi, I'm just here. Like he's like a
Yeah, it's
little
like
kid. Like what the fuck is this shit?
yeah.
And that's how it ends, but that's not how the
The
anime
next one we get
ended.
a bigger view of it right
Yeah, and
there.
look, another image of it, man. Oh my, and look at how serious he is now. But in the anime, I mean, you know, there's not much difference. They added lines to it, which kind of helped, but we're gonna see in a second where he got even more serious, and I think like this is where it looks good. So obviously they're getting ready to fight. There's a lot more exposition between them, and then you know, Love fires it, blah
This
blah
is the first
blah.
shot. I think he stops it.
Yeah, yeah. Look at Love's eyes. This doesn't really happen in the anime where he's like, "Oh shit." Like, look at that! Oh my god! Like, holy fucking shit, man. Oh, I'm so upset. And then love goes back to normal.
Yeah,
This
you
is
see like the
basically,
electricity of the Shinsu a lot more too.
yeah. Oh my
It's more
god.
detail.
But it's almost like this is how he looked throughout the entire fight, like so far. Just
Hmm.
this, like this is just freeze frame that, and then they're going back to this shit. You know, they're like, "What's going on?" They think it's again. They think it's bomb. These two clowns come in, and then they keep going, and
Hmm.
they're gonna do it again.
So this is the
And
second
again, a
shot.
lot more details and everything.
Also, in the second shot, I don't even think he shoots it. Like I didn't even see him shoot the thing in the anime. Like Bomb just attacks him before he even fires it, as
I,
far as I could tell.
maybe, yeah, I don't fully remember, but we can see here. Yeah, look. Oh my god,
Yeah,
look at
look
his
at the
face.
detail.
Look at
Yeah,
his face, bruh.
the shock, you know, and
Oh
like
my
Bomb
god.
has the audacity when Viol has the audacity to attack him.
We know. We know
Yeah,
who it is. But yeah,
bro,
like
I'm cooked today.
nah, it's alright. We know who this is. I think the anime enjoyers know it too. But you know, we see Bomb here about to punch this guy. Like I can already imagine how they would choreograph this too. Bomb is slow mo about to punch him, and you see Love's eyes like turn tiny, and he's like, "What?" Like I don't think they did that at all. Like they made it not epic at all, man.
Hmm.
And then this shit, you know, they're teaming up, and this guy's smiling. I wonder why, right? And then we get to the next episode, and I don't even think we saw this, right?
This might be where we left,
Yeah.
where it ends, right?
So I think we'll save it here for the recap. But yeah, that's what you guys missed. So you know, we'll cut it here for the non-spoiler section. But I mean, I don't really have too much more to say for the spoiler parts. But
Non-spoiler slash spoiler section, because
yeah,
I definitely effed up a little bit.
it's whatever. But
Yeah.
either way, you know, all anime enjoyers, if you don't want to be spoiled, be gone now. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, I'm not really gonna add anything to the spoiler section too much. It's just like I'm really scared, man. This fight ain't looking too good. Like, oh
Hmm.
man, they ruined my boy Mule Love.
Yeah. I don't know. Does it get better when he does the last shot? I
Do
don't
we
know. It's like
see?
a climactic thing, isn't it? I forget exactly how this thing goes down.
I don't remember, but we can kind of look. They're just talking to this
Nah, it
idiot.
probably takes some time. I think a bunch of others. Oh
Oh
wait.
my, look at this shit. Oh, he knocks him up the head.
Oh
So
wait.
this part we
This
did
was in
see.
the anime actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they skipped a part. Oh my god, this was the part. Fuck.
When he stops him with the reverse flow.
Yeah, when he like tried to, yeah, for like a
Yeah.
second. But look at Love's face. Look at his eyes. Like holy shit. Oh my god. And look, he's even talking more about it, right?
Yeah.
Like he can use two moves, so it's like he already used one apparently. A Slayer nominee, such overwhelming talent. You know, he's doing this, he's doing
He
that. You
used
could
the
see a
love
lot
disc
more.
too.
Did he already?
Yeah. Look right
Oh, he
there. Scroll up.
did.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
So
Yeah,
you haven't
what the
seen.
fuck? And then like I don't even know what he's doing here. He's like going super speed.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god. And look, he did this shit. He smacks him. And look at how serious he is, bruh. And then boom. So in the anime, they kind of just oh my
Wait.
god.
Yeah, when he knocks him back, he
He
just
just
knocked him into
tossed
the
him.
wall in the
Yeah.
anime. But here, look at how he freaking
Oh
hits him.
my. And then there's the giant oh my, look at him. He's like, you're gonna suck it. And that's it. That's how the anime ends right there. Damn
Yeah.
it.
So they skipped all that because he
Oh
got a
my
strike, right?
god.
He got a
Yeah.
strike on one of them.
That
So this
was
is
yeah.
essentially his first strike in the manhwa versus the anime. Where
Yeah,
in the
because the
anime, he
first one
just
was a foul.
yeah. So like
And this
Bomb
is where
misses,
yeah.
he freezes him, and then Love just like punches him across the thing, and that was it. Like
Yeah. Oh
there's
my
so much
god.
missing from that. Like no explanation of like Love being like concerned, like holy shit, this guy can actually stop
I
me,
think
or
he said that. I think he said
oh,
like, oh,
okay.
he froze me for like a second.
But like
This
his
look.
face isn't like I
It's
don't
not
know.
the
I feel like
same.
he
Yeah,
wasn't
no.
that concerned or
Look at
whatever.
his face here. What is this? This is a
Yeah.
boy. This is a little boy.
Like he should be like seething right now because like he
Oh
hates
yeah, look,
bugs.
he's so angry. Wow. Like, oh my god. Oh my
Yeah,
fucking
and when
god.
he punches Bomb, it's like while dodging one of his moves because he does like the little thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so look, right, he says he'd expect as much. That's when he froze him. He froze him like right
Yeah.
here. I don't want to like play it for obvious reasons, but
Mm-hmm.
oh man, yeah, no, I'm upset. I'm upset, man. This isn't looking good, man. They can't
Yeah.
have the rest of the fights like this. If they do all the fights like
Yeah.
this, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad. But that's pretty much it for me. I'll leave it there because I didn't expect to take this long, but that's par
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
course with our channel here.
there's a lot for this episode that
It really unveiled
is
things.
a bit upsetting. Yeah,
Yeah, the skipping of a lot of stuff. They didn't do it before too. This is the first episode where it really stood out, where they really did it. It's like,
I
damn,
agree.
like
Yeah,
holy
like the
shit.
small skips were fine in the beginning. I totally got that. You know, got to do your anime thing, no problem. But here it felt like it was missing a lot of stuff and was rushed. Like this
Yeah.
could be split into like another episode
Yeah,
if they
they
did
could
it
have made it
properly.
too, for sure. They could have had this first episode just be like set up character interaction, and then it literally starts with Bomb getting to Love, and being
Yeah,
like,
and
okay,
love
now let's
sitting
fight.
there.
And then the next
Yeah.
episode should be them starting the fight and actually extending it, making it look good and
Mm-hmm.
everything. But
Yep, I
they
agree.
didn't go for that route, so it is what it is. Either way, that's pretty much it for me. Do you have anything else to add, Adrian?
Um. No, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll be here hopefully next time for the next episode review. What we think, what we're saying. Hopefully, it'll be shorter, although it doesn't matter if it's short or long, right? You know, I want these to be long enough to get what we want to say out. But, you know, hopefully, y'all enjoy them. And hopefully, y'all watch us at Twitch TV/Technics channel, where we read Tog and I play games live. Hope everyone enjoyed.